Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can. In the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Terms and conditions apply. Your mobile carrier's availability and message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Hey, it's Kim Commando Today, your daily podcast to keep you up to date with all things digital and beyond. And I'd love to have you be a part of our podcast. You can make an appointment to speak with me. Just head over to commando.com, and on the top right, there's a button that says Email Kim. Fill that out, and that's it.
Let me ask you a question. So you're at a public event, and you go to the restroom, one of those porta potties. Gross. I mean, just even the mention, you can smell it right now.
If you have to go, you have to go.
Okay, so you're doing your thing, and somehow when you're wiping, your Apple Watch falls off and goes down into the porta potty.
Sure.
Do you go fetch it?
No.
Goodbye, watch.
Yeah.
It was nice knowing you.
Well, this woman in Michigan, she decided that she was going to go fishing for it. Okay. And so she put her head down into the crapper and she got stuck. And the state troopers had to pull her out with a strap. The toilet had to be removed. No word on whether or not she actually got her Apple Watch back.
We don't even know if it was worth it.
No, not at all. But let me tell you, my friend Becky, she was at a golfing event and she had to go to the porta potty. And she's in there doing her thing. And a golf cart rammed into the porta potty. Okay. She came out with everything all over her. Everything. She had to go to the hospital. They had to give her like all these different shots. I mean, it's just awful. I won't go even near one ever since.
What do you do if you have to go? Let's say you're at Coachella and why are you looking at me like that?
I wouldn't go to Coachella.
She answered the question.
Yeah.
It's done.
No, I would hold it.
For that long?
I'm really good at it.
You must be.
You know what? I can go like 8 hours without going to the bathroom.
Would you go out in public, like in a bush or something like that?
Yeah, I'd go find a safe spot. Yeah.
Yes, I would find a safe spot.
Away from
exactly.
My son
people.
won't go in the porta potties either. He'll just go to the bathroom right next to the porta potty on the outside.
Okay, well, he can do
How
that.
old is he?
12.
9.
15.
He's getting close to where that's not okay anymore.
Yeah, pretty soon it's going to be a felony.
Yes.
Okay, I know that's a crappy way to start. To start Kim Commando Today. But this is our once a week podcast. A little bit different than the Kim Commando Show. It's every Friday where my friends are joining me here where we talk about all things digital. And first up, we have our amazing content queen from commando.com, our newsletters, our website, all that stuff. Allie Sugman. Allie, what are you going to be sharing with us today?
Bad news, Allie.
Oh, no.
She's back. Yeah, I have to tell you about some pretty bad malware that can steal your banking credentials.
I don't like that.
It's bad.
That's really bad news.
Yeah, it's bad. But I'm going to tell you how to keep your laptop battery for longer if you're like me, and every time you take your laptop to work somewhere, you forget the charger.
Yeah, that's always fun. And then, of course, we have Andrew Babinski.
Yes.
And you are the co-host of a super successful morning show, KEZ 99.9
Yes,
FM.
Beth and Friends on the iHeartRadio app.
And then we grab you over here for just a little bit of time so that this way, you can help us just inform the world about everything that's going on in the tech. So what do you have coming up?
The NFL and artificial intelligence are working together.
Ooh.
The world takeover is almost complete.
It's here. It's here. And then do you have a tip?
Yes, I do. I actually have a tip for parents who have kids that are on social media, especially TikTok, so you can translate the things that they're saying to one another.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. We always start with the news. And so I read this story over in the Washington Post. It was written by Lily Post. Okay, Post. Etiquette, Emily Post. Okay. And so she decided that she would take on whether or not you should leave a voicemail, when you should text, when you should send a voice memo, good things like that. So I thought we would talk about it. Okay. Do you ever leave voicemails?
I have my voicemail on my phone deactivated.
Oh, wow.
Don't leave me a voicemail. Just send me a text.
Good move. I like that. Not really, no. To specific people, like my dad.
Because he's older and he likes to get voicemails.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Post said, should you leave a voicemail? Probably not. You want to do a text or a voice memo. And they say, plus, your voicemails are going to get transcribed anyway.
Right.
Yep.
So they're going to read it just like a text.
I know. And I hate voicemails. Just the other day, Barry was calling his son. And he's like, we're going to be over there. And he leaves this whole detailed voicemail. Kim and I are going to come over at 4. We're going to pick up Chipotle on the way for all the kids and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, just send him a text. And he's like, nope, I like to leave voicemails. I do voicemails. Okay. What about if you're just going to call somebody?
Right.
Okay. Do you send them a text first?
No.
I think there might be certain situations, maybe if it's somebody you don't talk to very often, and it might be jarring for them to see, like, oh, what the heck does Allie want with me? But, I mean, generally, no, I don't think so.
What would the text say?
I'm going to call
Hey,
you.
you free?
But the phone call ringing is asking the same question, right?
I mean,
Yes.
okay.
If
All
I'm
right.
not free, then you get sidebarred and we move along.
Sidebar.
Then that's it.
Yeah.
Do you have to pick up every call? Ms.
Oh.
Post says you have no obligation.
I pick up 0% of calls because I don't know why or where my phone number was placed, but I get about 23 robocalls a day.
Do you get that many?
My phone's turned off right now. Otherwise, I would show you the missed calls. It is nonstop, and it starts at 8 o'clock and it ends just before 8 o'clock at night. It is nonstop. So I don't answer the phone anymore.
I think we need to help Andrew because that's
That should
insanity.
stop.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
We can help you on that. I don't answer most phone calls.
Well, I don't answer the phone unless I know the number. And then also text messages. Somehow I got on the Arizona National Guard want to sign up database.
Are you going to serve?
So I got this text the other day and it said, hi, we're just reaching out because we understand that you're interested in the Arizona National Guard. We'll offer you 2 years of college education and then blah, blah. They go through all the whole benefits. And it's like, it was a lot of money. It was like $40,000. So I wrote him back and I said, do you have any openings for a national talk show?
You wrote him back for you.
Of course
why
she
you're
did.
on the database.
Well, because I was curious.
I bet somebody put you on that as a prank.
But I bet you they did. And the guy wrote back and goes, well, we don't have any openings for a lot. So I'm like,
Been filled. I'm sorry.
So I was like, just asked him to take me off the list. And then I'm also on some high school where they asked me if I want to sign up for psychological and career counseling.
Well, that's another bother. My kids, I have 2 children. One is in kindergarten. The other is in the 4th grade. Both of the teachers are on different apps. So you have to be on an app now because that's the only way you
Sure.
can communicate. The amount of notifications I get from my kids' school on a daily basis in the 20 range.
Oh,
Wow.
my gosh.
My battery is dead by 2 in the afternoon because it just doesn't stop beeping.
Are they things that actually matter?
Not to me. I mean, I don't want to go to the PTA Moms and Margaritas meeting.
Why not?
Well, that's true.
That
I
sounds
should
pretty
go.
cool,
Actually,
actually.
you should.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunity there.
You know what? I had a bad joke about licking the rim, but I won't. I won't say that. Allie, save us. Be bad news, Allie.
Oh, I will. Xenomorph. That is a new Android malware. It also sounds like maybe like a bad guy on, I don't know, Power Rangers?
Yeah.
Xenomorph, yeah. Basically, it's malware that is going after 100 or, more banking and crypto apps. So the way it works, basically, you get a pop-up on your computer that says, oh no, you have to update Chrome. It's not from Chrome. You're on a site that has this malware in it. They want you to download a file. Okay, you think maybe this is just Chrome. You download the file, and then once it's on your device, it basically overlays. Let's see how to explain this. It basically takes over the screen when you open up your banking app. It's like a transparent layer there, right? So you think that you're typing your banking info into your bank site.
But it's a faux screen.
Yes, it's over top of it. And then once you click enter, great, they've got your password and all that stuff. It's going after all the big ones: Chase, Citibank, Bank of America, Capital One, PNC, TD Bank, Wells Fargo. On the crypto side, things like Coinbase, Binance, MetaMask. So if you see something on your computer that says update Chrome now, and it's a pop-up, Chrome will never do that. It doesn't work like that. So keep in mind, to update your browser, the easiest way, just restart it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to find a special file. Restart your browser. You're good to go.
Wow. Okay.
I wonder if that's what Mark Cuban fell for. Because, he lost like $900,000 worth of stablecoin and Ethereum
Yeah.
in his MetaMask wallet. Do you know what that is?
I know all those words.
He's heard them. They're familiar words.
I have crypto.
Do you?
Yeah.
Still?
I sold everything right at the end of the pandemic and just put it into Bitcoin. So I only currently have Bitcoin.
Yeah, just let it sit forever.
Well, it's not worth anything
Yeah.
now. It won't be worth anything later.
I mean, it might later. Maybe.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I have a feeling he didn't log into his MetaMask for a really long time, so it could have been any of the
That's true.
hacks
Could have been
along the way.
anything, right?
Did he get his money back?
No.
No, you can't get your money back.
crypto.
Not insured?
No.
Come on.
Man.
Dang. Any more bad news or is that it?
That's all I got for today.
Excellent.
Lucky you.
Good job. All right. How about you, Andrew?
Are we going to talk about the NFL?
Yes.
The National Football League is.
I love
working-
football.
No, you don't. Don't even try and mock my favorite sport. They're working with AWS, Amazon Web Services, to use AI to hopefully make the game better, make it safer, make more stats, and create new stat categories that can help them know when a free agent comes available. Is this guy good at this? Is this guy good at that? They're also using it in real time. So Amazon Prime is taking over the Thursday night broadcast of the Thursday night football game. And you can watch it like normal, like a normal football game. Or you can switch over to the AWS feed, which is the all 22 version of the game, where you see all 22 players at the same time.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And when the offensive players are running their routes, there's a light underneath them that shows their name, that shows a couple stats of theirs, and then it follows them on their route and shows you as it's happening in real time
Whoa.
where they're going. It's really, if you're a deep dive football fan, it's really interesting stuff.
I was just going to ask you that. Does it take away from the game or does it add to the game?
For me, it adds to the game, but I go deep when it comes to football. I think for a casual fan, they're going to get annoyed by all of the numbers that are being thrown at them. So I don't think just a let's watch a game on Sunday person is going to really enjoy it. But for someone like I'll go back, my team is the Arizona Cardinals. I'll go back and I'll watch the entire game again on Tuesday with this AWS stats attached to it. So I
Wow.
learn more about the team and what the offense and defense were doing.
So how do you get to it? Is it just on Prime
Yeah,
itself?
it's just on Prime. It's a separate channel. So you can watch the Amazon Prime game or you can watch the AWS Amazon
I'm actually
Prime
going to look
version.
at that. So how are you paying for your football now?
How do I pay for football?
No, I mean what services are you signed up?
I have Hulu Plus Live TV. So that will give me the Sunday games in NFL Red Zone. And then I have Amazon Prime, which gives you the Thursday game. And Hulu Plus Live TV also gives you the ESPN package for Monday Night Football.
There's so much football.
There is so much.
There's not
football.
enough football. But that's not the only technology the NFL is doing. This weekend from London, the Jaguars are taking on the Falcons. It's since we're in, the West Coast time zone, it's going to start really early, 6:30 in the morning. And this is an international game they play every single year, but they're doing something special. If you go onto the Disney Plus app, you can watch the game live from Andy from Toy Story's bedroom. They are doing an animated version of both teams. All the Toy Story characters are going to be the commentators. And in real time, the animated players on the field will make the same movements as the players in the real game.
Okay, that's pretty. I would rather watch that than regular football.
So CBS had a ton of success with their Slime Time coverage of the NFL, where it was geared towards kids and families. A guy would score a touchdown and a big slime monster, a digital slime monster would jump out of the end zone and celebrate with them. This is ABC, ESPN's, Disney's competition to that. And Toy Story characters are going to do all the play-by-play, but it's going to be the real game. It's going to be the real life.
I want to
copy.
watch that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
I'm planning on going because I have two televisions in my living room. I have a 75-inch television that's hidden behind a painting. And so when I want to watch two games at once, I just fold back the painting and there's the TV. I'm going to have them on at the same time. I want to see how true it is.
Can you send me a pic? I want to see what it looks like.
Oh, absolutely. Of the TV or of the actual game?
No, like just the pic of like having like both side by side.
I'll do a little video to see how close they get it.
Oh yeah, that'd be
because
awesome.
these are just going to be cartoon characters running wild on a field.
Amazing. I feel like you missed the real big NFL news.
Which was?
Taylor Swift.
Not familiar with that. Is that a tailback from Jacksonville?
Yeah,
about Taylor
he's so
Swift?
good.
There's that old joke. Let me ask you this, Andrew. Why doesn't the NFL like having women referees?
I don't know. Why don't they like having women referees?
Because they bring up penalties from 2 years ago. Hey, coming up, I have a way to get $15 from Amazon, and all it takes is one photo. Allie's going to show us how to make a sluggish laptop run a lot faster, and Andrew's got some TikTok slang that those of us who are over what age?
I'm going to go with 25.
That we need to know here on Kim Commando Today.
Hello, Saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Hey, we're just delighted that you're joining us here for Kim Commando Today. It is our Friday podcast. It's a little different than Monday through Friday, but if you're not already getting our newsletters, oh my gosh, you are just so missing out. Right, Allie?
Seriously, what are you doing?
Come on. I mean, we have over 600,000 people that we send it out to every single day, and they just love them. I mean, just like all kinds of thumbs up. At the bottom, we ask you to rate. And so let me tell you, it's easy to sign up. It's easy to cancel and unsubscribe, but you're not going to want to do that. Just trust me. So what you want to do is head over to getkim.com. Once again, that's getkim.com. All right. So how often do you actually clean out the photos on your phone?
Once every 2 months.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, really?
Well, I use my phone for video editing for my other job,
okay.
and so it gets full fast.
Yeah, you have to clean it out. Whenever I feel bad enough or have free time that I'm like, oh, I need to do something on my phone and,
But it
I'm
is
bored. What am I going to
monotonous.
do? Oh,
It is.
Scroll, click, scroll, click, scroll, click.
But I really like that Apple has that handy dandy little folder that says duplicates.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, I looked in there and I
Yeah.
thought 3,000 duplicates.
Of course, I know about this, but there might be someone who's listening that doesn't. So why don't you just give more details about that?
Because you totally are familiar with this entire
obviously,
concept.
yeah.
Is that what you do is you open your Photos app and then you scroll down past all of your individual folders and then way at the bottom it says duplicates. And you're like, yes. See, so now you have to look at your duplicates and tell us how many that you have. But the reason why I bring this up is that if you're an Amazon Prime member, if you just upload one photo to Amazon Photos, you're going to get a $15 credit on your Amazon account. That's all you have to do. Just upload one photo. Now, the offer is good until October 7th, and then you have to use it during Amazon Prime Days, that $15. Yes, exactly. Which Prime Days, are you ready? October 10th and 11th.
Okay.
10th and 11th.
Still $15.
Yeah, and speaking of Amazon, they just the FTC just filed this huge, I don't know if you know about this huge antitrust lawsuit against Amazon.
Why?
Because they're saying that they're a monopoly.
No.
Yes, they are.
Stop it.
And that sometimes that if a competitor was selling something that was an Amazon Basics, like a battery, that they would actually put Amazon batteries front and center instead of the competitors.
They're not allowed to
Shocking.
do that?
No, not at all. So I reached out to Jeff Bezos, but he's on his 417-foot super yacht.
Yeah. Didn't get back to you?
No, he hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'm not sure what's going on.
Wait a minute. How do you say it? Jeff what?
Bezos.
I thought it was Bezos. It's not Bezos?
I say Bezos. Bezos.
Yes, it's Bezos.
All right.
You know who corrected me on that?
Who? Jeff Bezos?
No. Ian.
Oh, well, he would know.
He was listening to a podcast. He goes, Mom, it's not Jeff Bezos. It's Jeff Bezos.
So maybe that's where I got the Bezos, because you said it forever, and then I just picked it up on you.
Oh, so blame it on me.
Absolutely.
See how this crap just rolls right downhill.
I'm a victim.
And now all of a sudden, he's going to want workman's compensation. And let's go.
The stress.
Yeah.
So, Allie, save us.
I am perpetually the person, Andrew, you don't know this about me. The other day, in my own home, I think this was on Sunday, my cell phone died. I just forget to charge my stuff consistently. And if I go somewhere, did I bring a charger? Who knows? Maybe not. So if I end up in a situation where I've got my laptop and then, oh no, I have very little battery, what am I going to do here? So if this happens to you, there are a few things you can actually do that make a big difference. The screen brightness is one of the biggest contributors, right? That's what uses up a lot of the battery. So turn your screen as low as you can to still see and do work. You can also just, if you're going to not be doing something for a minute, just close your screen. The more you can save that screen time, the better. The harder your computer is working, the more battery it's going to use and drain, obviously, right? So if you have apps open that you're not using, close them. On your phone, that's always one of those tips. Doesn't really do much for your battery life on your phone, but on your computer, it does make a big difference. And then the tabs. If you are a tab hoarder, tabs use a lot. Yeah, they use up a lot of power and memory and, processing. So close those because they're always refreshing, right? There are settings in browsers that can stop that, but for the most part, they're going to be loading all the time. So close those tabs. Just use the one window you need. And a little bonus, if you have a laptop and you're not going to be using it for a while and you're going to store it, there actually is the right percentage of battery to leave it with. So charge it up to about halfway, 50%.
Oh, I was going to make that a quiz.
Oh, no.
I know the answer. Is it 50%?
It's 50%.
Oh, good
Sorry,
job.
Kim.
All right.
I'm exactly like you. My phone dies constantly. I'll even take screenshots from my phone and send it to group chat, and then I get 17 replies of the
Charge your
little-
phone.
Yeah, the little
Yeah, I
dead
get that
battery
too.
in the corner yelling at me to charge my phone.
Yeah, me too.
So now we know what to get you for Christmas. Don't you have like one of those cases that has like a little battery charger in it,
No,
right?
this case is still too much, and it's like the thinnest case I could find.
Okay,
Here's the thing, Kim. If
You
you're
go naked.
because
that's shocking.
It is.
Yes, I go naked.
You're wild. I can't do it. It's a glass back now.
Well,
You're asking for trouble.
I have a 6-year-old.
that's why.
Yes.
I don't.
I have the coordination of a 6-year-old. I drop my phone so much, truly. Yeah, I couldn't do that.
Do you have at least the glass
No.
faux?
Oh my gosh.
You're a wild man. You're a
That's
wild
it.
person.
She's crazy.
You don't care? You just throw caution to the wind?
If it breaks, it breaks.
Yeah, she'll just open a drawer. She's got like 30 other ones sitting in there.
You know what? There was a case on it. Okay. But I recently just took the case off. And inside the case, I had a $20 bill because just in case I go someplace
Right.
and they don't take,
Little
Apple Pay or
emergency
whatever.
money.
But Barry went in because he needed $20. And so he took the case off because he needed the money that he knew I had there. And then I don't know where the case is. That's the
So you
truth.
did have a case
I did
before.
have a
Okay.
case, yes.
So this is Barry's fault.
Of course it is.
Okay.
Seems to be a theme. It's weird.
All right, 50%. Okay, what do you got for us?
So there is a list that was put out. The 67 terms that your children are using on TikTok and other social medias that you don't know what it means. Now, I'm not going to do all 67.
Is it more than just like the eggplant?
It is. There was a couple that were in that reference, but it's more everyday conversation. So like if you see your kid respond with a chair emoji, what does that mean?
A chair?
I have no idea.
No idea.
It's replaced LOL.
What?
Really?
It's actually, to be fair, it replaced the skull because skull meant I'm dead, meaning I'm laughing so hard. And now it's a chair because I was laughing so hard I fell off my chair.
Okay.
I'm
Got
going to
that.
start using that. Kim, watch for that in our
Chair.
chats.
I'll be like, do you need a new chair?
It's subliminal messaging.
Yes, exactly.
1437.
1437.
I love you. And then I don't know what the 7 is.
Yes.
Very good.
Thank you.
I love you forever.
Oh.
There's one letter in I, 4 letters in love, 3 letters in you, 7 letters in forever.
I got that.
I love you forever.
I
Very
love you
good. Baka.
Baka?
Baka.
BACA?
BAKA.
Back,
Not blood alcohol content.
back at keyboard after? I don't know.
No. Here's important. The AKA is lowercase.
Oh.
Be a big boy?
It means you're stupid.
Oh.
Big boy.
Be a big? Did you start big with a K?
Kim's a little baka about that one.
Yeah, she is. Very baka. Chair. All right, these are all in capital letters. DTB.
DTB. Dead to brain.
No, don't trust boys.
Oh, well, of course.
Amen. I'm going to start using that too.
Yes.
Or don't trust girls with another word that would fit into that. Yes. And the last one's simp. You know what a simp is?
I do.
That one's gotten pretty popular.
I bet there are a lot of Kim Commando simps out there.
There have to be.
Absolutely.
600,000 in the newsletter. A couple of them have to be simps. Simp is someone being devoted to someone,
We
doing
totally have
whatever they
simps.
say.
We do.
You have simps?
Yes.
Any names? You wanna?
Don't out the simps.
No, simps get sensitive.
Yes.
Simps get sensitive.
Yeah. There goes that S again. You know, we were in the newsletters using a certain emoji because we want to, bestow upon people like tech and know-how.
Sure.
And knowledge.
Get smart.
Yes. And so we were using the brain emoji.
Bad idea.
We didn't know.
We didn't know until somebody said.
Both of you didn't know?
We didn't know. We're just using the brain like it's like
it's a normal thing.
like a chair.
Come get your knowledge, brain emoji.
Wow, this is the best newsletter ever.
Oh.
I'm looking for pictures.
Where's the steps? And the vids all over this.
That's
For those of you who don't know what the brain is, how would you describe that?
It's relations between two people that are very intimate that don't involve both sets of their private parts. Is that the best way to do it?
Pretty good.
I was trying to keep it PG.
That was really awesome.
And the mouth.
You just spoiled it.
There we go.
Okay, if you want really good tips, not like the ones we just passed along, make sure that you get our daily tech update podcast. Every single day you get news, and you get a great tip, and it's just 2 minutes. You're going to love it. And you can sign up wherever you get your podcast, subscribe, follow. Just search for Commando with a K. All right, coming up, we have e-bikes for 4-year-olds, letters from our listener mail. Allie's got a Tech Life upgrade that she did with her brother about a resume. And then who has a joke?
I do. I was just told about 8 minutes ago. I have the joke.
So are we saying that it's not good because you didn't have time to prepare?
No, this is one of my classics.
Excellent.
Ooh.
Okay, so you want to stay tuned with that.
Hello, Saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
All right, this is not the Kim Commando Show. This is Kim Commando Today podcast. Now, if you want the Kim Commando Show commercial-free, what you want to do is sign up for the Commando community. And let me tell you, you get podcasts, the webcasts, the message boards, all kinds of really cool perks. And you get a 30-day free trial. And I will tell you right now that we basically give discounts to everybody. Okay, so if you're a teacher, you get a discount, firefighter, military, vet, whatever it is.
Simps? Do you give Simps a discount?
Of course.
Take it.
Just check that
Absolutely.
box. People say, how old do I have to be to get the senior discount? Over 30. We don't care. Right? Just
If you didn't know what BACA meant, you get the discount.
That's right. You get the discount. So again, just sign up right now. Go to commando.com and hit that button that says Commando Community. All right. So here's my what the heck headline of the week. This e-bike for 4-year-olds can do 15 miles per hour. It costs $1,300.
Too expensive.
And it's sold out in a month.
Too many idiots.
That's right. They are talking about lithium battery fires. It can happen. That's one of the stories, or that's one of the big leads in here is that these e-bikes do spontaneously just explode.
Didn't the same thing happen with those hoverboards? Like everybody went hoverboard crazy and then they started setting Christmas trees on fire.
Yeah, so this California e-bike company, Super 73, they created a super fast bike. They say kids 4 to 8 years old. It can go up to 15 miles per hour on any terrain.
Oh my gosh. Down a mountain.
Any terrain, yes. Comes in 4 colors.
Great.
Gotta have options.
Okay, a 4-year-old that's going 15 miles per hour. Good idea? Anyone?
No.
Simple math. No. I can't even believe they would be allowed to be on the streets in something like that at 4 years old.
And then people are also actually getting into their e-bikes because it's based on the Android operating system, and they're modding them out because the e-bike manufacturers, they throttle it at like 25 miles per hour. So people are getting in there saying, oh, I need to go 40. I need to go 45. Are you nuts?
Jailbreaking their bikes. It's so dangerous.
Well, we jailbreak everything, though. If there's a chance for those computer guys to get it, they do it. And then they put the instructions online for the idiots to go on and do it themselves.
And then people die.
Yes.
Yes.
Didn't the guy who invented the
Yeah, he died.
The thing you stand
Segway.
on?
The
Segway?
Segway,
He
yeah.
died on a Segway.
Yeah, well, he went over a mountain.
Well,
Same thing.
he still died. He probably tricked it out before he did. Jailbroken,
You
went
know
over a
what?
mountain.
He probably did do that. I bet you he did.
Let's not speak ill of the dead.
We're not. We're just starting a rumor that the guy who invented the Segway tricked it out before he died.
I heard that's true.
Yeah, I heard on the Kim Commando Today podcast.
So I was sitting there in Santa Barbara on a Google Meet call. I don't know. Were you on that call? Somebody from the studios was on the call, and I was in Santa Barbara. And it was a really important call, like a client. It was a client call. So it was Kip, and we were trying to sell advertising to somebody.
Sure.
And Barry comes in and goes, did you order? I mean, obviously I'm on a Zoom call. Okay. He comes and goes, did you order a dining room table or something? I'm like, Zoom call here?
2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes.
And he's like, well, it's at the front door. And the FedEx guy said he needs to leave it someplace. And I'm like, hold on, I'll be right there. I get out, I'm like, what are you doing? Okay. So I go to the front door, and the FedEx guy looks at me, and he knows me.
Okay.
And he says, Kim, where do you want me to put this? It's super heavy. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. And he's like, Kim, you don't know what you ordered? And Barry's looking at me like, you don't know what you ordered? I'm like, no. A Chinese electric bike company just dropped off
Oh, okay.
in a box. It's called a Hey Bike.
Was this something for you to test out?
Yes.
Okay.
They just dropped it off. Okay. All right. So I'm thinking this is actually not a bad thing, because this way Barry and I can go bike riding. He can be on the e-bike.
Right.
And then be on a regular bike.
Right.
Okay. So I get him all convinced. He puts together the bike. It takes him like 4 hours to put this e-bike together.
And then he had to go buy the pants and the shorts and the helmet.
How
and
did
the
you know?
gloves,
Yes.
because I know Barry.
He had his full kit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're going to do this, you have to look right. Okay. And then he has on this yellow vest, and I told him if his retirement doesn't work out, he could be like doing palm trees or something.
Construction, crossing guard.
Yes. So he gets on the bike, and we're in the driveway, and this thing just takes off right from underneath him, like 40 miles an hour. Just goes like boom. I mean, he almost crashes into the wall.
Do you know how to stop it?
No, but he figured it
Okay.
out. So then I'm thinking all right, well, so much for the whole bike ride thing. And then he looks at me and goes, you are not allowed to ride this bike. You're not allowed to ride this. So Ian comes up the next weekend, and he's like, hey, what's that in the garage? I'm like, oh, it's a new e-bike. You want to try it out? So he gets on it and goes up and down the street without a helmet on. I'm looking at him. I go, and I actually made him stop. I said, this is like a bad parenting moment
No
right
helmet.
now.
Simon Cowell.
Yes.
He had a major back injury, and that was what doing on an e-bike. He recovered and went right back onto the e-bike.
You know what they are? They're really super fast.
I've never been on one. I need to try one.
You'd like it.
Just ship
you
it to
have
my
one,
house.
right?
I do. Yeah, they're pretty. I'm a little bit of a baby about it. It does scare me a little bit, but I mean, it's fun.
Do you go? How fast do you go?
I think this one goes like low 20s. It goes fast.
That's fast.
You know what? It is fast.
It's legit.
Yeah.
And they're all over Santa Barbara. I mean, all e-bikes are just all over that city.
I was in Key West in Florida, and there's only one way to get to Key West. It's, the Interstate 1, and we're going down Interstate 1. And it's just a bunch of small towns, and the entire town is basically on the interstate. And kids were getting out of school when we were heading down there, and it was just zoom, 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 just a bunch of middle schoolers zipping down the road on e-bikes.
So would you get an e-bike for your kids?
Not at this age, no. In their tweens, sure. But right now, I think they're a little. They're reckless on their regular bikes.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
No, but my son does have a miniature motorcycle.
Okay.
So I don't know if that would be, but it only goes about 11 miles an hour. It's not too fast.
That kind of sounds like an e-bike.
No,
Andrew.
it's a miniature motorcycle. It's totally different.
Oh, it's cooler.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, so let's switch gears a little bit, because we always like to get feedback and give answers to questions. And so I went into our listener email and also reader email. I mean, we just have comments and questions all over. And I just want to tell you right now, if you do drop us a question, nobody has time to answer you personally. I mean, there's this one person who keeps sending me saying, well, I'm going to stop reading if you never answer my question. Okay. I mean, we get like thousands a day. It's really difficult. But we do use your questions to come up with, content that we're going to be covering. And every once in a while, we pull them out of the listener bag. And so, Al, you go first. You have Matt from Maryland.
Yeah, Matt said he was going to start a subscription to the Weather Channel for $3 a month. I had to give my credit card number and my security number. I hope he does not mean social security number.
He probably means that 3-digit thing on the back.
three-digit.
Yeah, as well as my full name, address, etc. I didn't complete the process because I was worried about security, especially with my television, because it doesn't have the same privacy safeguards and software apps that my desktop computer does. So, if I'm signing up on a service using the television, what safer alternatives are there? I don't think Venmo or PayPal would work because it's an online form and that isn't an option. Generally, I think of credit cards is a pretty safe route to go. You can always say, this isn't me, and you can, take back the charge. Don't use a debit card
Yes,
for sure.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, but I really do think you're fine using your credit card for that. And just keep an eye. Keep an eye on your bill. Look for any strange charges.
I was ordering a pizza and for the first day of football, and I had to give all the information of the credit card over. I was like, don't you guys have an app or a link you can send me so I don't have to tell this 14-year-old over the phone all of my pertinent details? And they're like, no, we don't. So I had to do the same thing. I was going to use a debit card, but I switched it to a credit card because it's absolutely safer.
Yeah, I can't believe that they didn't have a place for you to go online.
No, they didn't have any options.
Is this like a local place?
You may have heard of Domino's.
Have you heard of Domino's.com?
It was Jet's Pizza, which is a chain here in the Valley, but they didn't have an option.
Interesting.
That's really strange. I mean, instead of going to Subway, and Santa Barbara has this big culture of supporting the local economy. And so if you are part of the Santa Barbara community, is that basically you don't go to Subway.
Right.
You go to Sam's. And Sam is there making the sandwiches every single day, as he has been for the last 20 years.
Now, if you wanted your Social Security number, though, are you going to give it to Sam?
Probably not. But I like Sam. But anyway, even Sam, you go to his website, it says order online.
Right. It was weird.
It is.
They didn't have an option for me to do that. Now, maybe I asked the wrong way. Maybe I said, can you text me a link so that I can put it in that way? And they said no. But I still ended up doing it, but I switched to a credit card.
All right. I have Allison in Virginia. She says, hey, Kim, I own a small woman-owned business that provides IT consulting. That's sweet.
Nice.
I randomly came across your XM radio show while driving. I got totally hooked. Of course you did. Thank you. She's writing about spam because she says, I find it easy to select unsubscribe. And then sometimes I'm asked why I'm unsubscribing, and I always select I never signed up for this. But she's noticing that sometimes when she unsubscribes from spam, she actually is getting more spam, right? So her question is, does my email reply serve as a trigger to expand the spammer network that aligns with my email address? Yes, it does.
You're
sorry.
alive. You're proving you're alive.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you want to unsubscribe, you want to go click the link at the bottom of the email. Don't reply. And then Apple has this thing that comes up and says, do you want to unsubscribe? And so that's really safe to use. But, if you're going to sign up for anything, use that old Google Plus trick because Google actually ignores any dots in an email address. So you can always say wonderful Kim plus whatever it is, newsletter @gmail.com. And then also Apple has this wonderful thing called Hide My Email that I've been using. And that thing's sweet. It just comes up. Apple comes up and says, do you want to use Hide My Email? I'm like, yes, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you asked.
Does the spam really work, though?
Yeah, people
I got
respond.
married in 2008, and I'm now divorced, and I'm still getting spam from the M&M's company trying to get me to get more personalized M&M's that I had at my wedding.
You're like, that was a bad idea then.
It's been 16 years. If I haven't said yes now, M&M's, I'm never going to say yes again.
Well, if you unsubscribe.
No, I don't even touch it. I just delete it.
Well, that's why.
That's your problem.
That's it.
Yeah.
What's my problem?
You haven't unsubscribed.
But if I unsubscribe, I'm telling them it's an active email.
No, if you hit reply and unsubscribe to run.
Yeah, unsubscribe is okay. You just don't want to reply.
All right.
It's like
God,
answering
you're very
spam calls.
sensitive about this.
It's a lot of M&M emails, Kim. Sensitive subject.
I'm sorry for bringing that up, Andrew.
I have Maury from Falls Church, Virginia. Admire your newsletters. But one thing bothers me. While you're great on privacy recommendations, why do you keep touting two great privacy invaders? Google and Amazon.
Why?
Why,
Invaders.
Kim? Why do you do it? Maury needs to know.
There's a very simple reason, Maury.
Because everybody uses Google and Amazon.
Absolutely.
What are we going to write about? I mean, come on.
You can order from Jet's Pizza. Just have your credit card ready.
Here's your Ask Jeeves tip of the week.
God, what a loser that was. Or remember, what was the other one? Alta Vista?
Alta Vista
Yeah.
was a bad one.
Yep.
Dogpile.
Never used it.
That was
No.
another one.
Yahoo Answers was pretty popular for a while.
I used Ask Jeeves because I liked the concept. I liked the thought that you're asking a question, but then you can just Google the question and get the same thing.
Do you too? I can't remember the name of the service. Before search engines and like people had Wi-Fi on their phones, you could text to people who would look things up online for you and
Yes.
text you the answer back.
I do remember. It was like $4.99 a text.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I wonder if that would work today.
You mean starting that business? Have you seen the viral video of this babysitter? And she's sitting there and she's talking into her camera after she just finished a babysitting shift. And she dropped 3 kids off at 3 separate locations and they couldn't contact her because her phone died. And they tried the iPad and they tried this and they tried every single way. And she's like, the youngest kid that I babysit had this great idea. What if there was a phone that didn't belong to anybody? So it wasn't your phone or your phone. It just sat in the house. And then you could hang it on the wall or you could, and she was 100% serious. And she ended it by saying, I'm not a good inventor, but if there's any inventors out there, we could make a ton of money. We're going to call it the family phone.
You know, what a great idea she has.
Family phone, that's innovative.
That's really
You're only
something.
100 years too late.
All right, coming up, you're putting out a ton of applications, getting no bites. Allie's going to show you the way. And then Andrew's got a great joke at the end, so stay right with us.
Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And that's just the beginning. Do you Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Terms and conditions apply. Your mobile carrier's availability and message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Hey, do us a great solid. Wherever you get your podcast, be sure that you give us a wonderful 5-star review. And they should actually say a few kind words. And so, like, what should they say about the podcast?
It's the greatest podcast ever podcasted. Ever.
And how about you, Al?
I finally understand what those emojis mean. No, but really, I have fun listening to this podcast.
Or you could say, I'm a simp, kid.
Oh, there you go.
You know what? If you use simp in your review, we are going to put you in a contest to
Absolutely.
get an official Kim Commando Show hat. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so if you use simp, okay, it's SIMP.
Correct.
Okay, and how could they say this?
Like I simp for Kim Commando, or what a great podcast. I've become a simp.
Yes. Okay. So do that, and then we will go ahead and then figure out who you are, because we can do that, and then reach out to you so that you can get an official Kim Commando Show hat, which is how much? That's just priceless.
I think the last one sold on eBay for $1.6 million, but I could be wrong.
No, you're right.
Oh,
That's-
good.
Yeah, that's it.
Glad I got that.
All right. So I was reading Business Insider, and now there's a push for people to actually come back to work. You know, it's been 3.5 years, and some people are still saying they don't want to come back to work. But Business Insider said that you have 60 times better chance of entering Harvard than getting a remote job right now.
Wow.
Okay. And so it's become a very competitive marketplace. So, Allie, you're telling me a story about your brother.
Yeah, my brother is like literally a rocket scientist. He's an engineer. He runs factories. He sent me a message and said, like, hey, I just found this job. It looks perfect for me. I love it. Can you look at my resume? In a past life, I used to be a professional resume writer. No joke. And yeah, of course, let me look at it. And my brother, again, rocket scientist, very smart person, his resume was okay. But there were things that I needed to change. And if that's true for him, it's probably true for everyone.
Right.
It's really an art. So first I told him we have to get rid of that resume speak, right? The stuff that's like, I'm an experienced professional looking for a new opportunity. Of course you are. That's why you're writing a resume. So we don't need that. Get rid of that. And if you are going to include, nobody wants to hear that you're a well-established professional, that you are good at time management. Like, say things that actually...
Team player.
Exactly, right? And we could fill in so many of these that feel like a joke. So things that actually feel like they describe you, write it a little more human. Yeah, it's not going to be as conversational as another piece of writing, but your resume doesn't have to be a thing that, kind of feels like a joke. 2 pages max for everybody, unless you're like applying to be the CEO of, I don't know, Google or something, and but they still want 2 pages, honestly.
Does the CEO of Google have to turn in a resume?
No, probably not.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Thanks for that. Yes, and I appreciated that, Andrew.
Welcome.
That was nice.
This was silliness.
Yeah. 2 pages. So
pages.
if you are spilling over into 3 pages, stop it. Nobody wants to read that much.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Don't think about just the tasks you did. If I ever read again that someone attended meetings on a resume,
I know Microsoft Word.
oof, yeah, there's another one, Kim. But really, like things that are, nobody cares about that. We want to know what impact you made, right, on a position. So if there are things that you can give numbers to, okay, you were under budget. What percentage of the time? You made your company extra revenue. How much?
But it has to be realistic, because I've
course.
seen the resumes like, I single-handedly turned around this company on the brink of bankruptcy. Like,
Okay, what about this? Is this fair? I went to 86 meetings. Does that work? It's putting a number to it.
Wow, that's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Mind
You do that on your resume, okay?
You got it.
Okay, perfect. And then one more. The longer you've been in your career, the more you need to look back at the old stuff and kind of filter out the things that don't matter anymore. If you still have college courses that you took on your resume or trainings that you did 15 years ago, it doesn't need to be there.
my first job was at Target. Should I put that down?
Yeah, lead with that.
Yeah.
Actually, use that as your only work experience.
In the photography department, I lasted a week.
Of course she did. And then unless you just graduated or you just got a new degree and you're trying to go to a new field, put your education at the bottom. If you've been in the workforce for 15 years and your education is at the top, that's not a great sign. So right at the bottom.
I've also heard you're not supposed to put your address on it anymore.
You don't need your address. I would say at best, put your city and your
Okay.
state, especially if you're applying for, because there are so few remote jobs, you're probably going to be applying locally. So yeah, have your updated city and state. If you are applying for a job that is like, okay, this position is based in Phoenix, say you're in, Tucson, but you're planning to move to Phoenix for that job, put Phoenix on your resume. That's fine.
And then don't forget about the bots, because so many bots are going through resumes right now, is that what you want to do is look at some keywords in the job description and then put that in white fonts hidden in the resume somewhere.
Interesting.
So that when the resume is being read by the bots, people won't see those words, but it actually will work to your advantage, because they're like, oh, customer service experience, nice person, radio host, whatever it may be.
Who might you be describing there?
If the bots think I'm cool, then of course the real people are going to think I'm cool too.
Exactly. So you have to let us know if, in fact, that all of your tips help your brother to get a job.
I will.
And maybe,
I don't want to jinx anything yet. He is in the process. He's pretty far down the process. So
okay,
I'm
good.
That's cool.
going to
Excellent.
demand 10% of his salary.
well,
fair.
I think he interviewed really well with me. I'm just
You interviewed her brother and didn't hire him?
We actually don't need a rocket engineer.
it's a new division. We're going up against Musk and Bezos.
Yeah.
Give Kim a year. You'll need a rocket engineer here.
All right, so you're on joke duty.
Yes. This is a classic joke. This is one of my favorites. Kind of long. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. There's a guy named Phil Hansen, and he inherited $5,000. And he went to the lawyer's office. They gave him cash instead of a check, and he walks out and he hears his voice. And he goes, Phil Hansen? And he looks around and there's nobody. He says, Phil Hansen? He's like, yeah. He's like, Phil, this is God. He's like, okay. He's like, I heard that you recently inherited $5,000. And Phil's like, yeah. He's like, I want you to do this. Get on a plane, fly to Vegas, go to the Aria Hotel and Casino, go to the third roulette table, not the first, not the second, go to the third roulette table and put all the money on black. So this is God. Obviously, Phil says yes. Goes, puts it down, wins, keeps winning, wins over and over and over again. The $5,000 is now $5 million. And Phil's like, this is unbelievable. I can't believe this. And God's like, now, go to the New York casino. Go to the second blackjack table, not the first. Go to the second blackjack table and put all that money on one hand. God, I appreciate this, but Phil, do it. So he does. They've never seen a bet this big at just a regular, standard,
Sure.
old, normal person blackjack table.
Only $10 tables there.
Exactly. And so the staff is gathering around. Now a crowd is gathering around. The casino decides to allow it. Dealer deals out the card. Dealer has a 7 showing. Phil has a 9 and a 6. It's 15. God says hit. He hits. It's a 3. It's like, yes, 18 versus 17. God says hit.
Oh,
Phil's like, no, okay, fine. He hits, gets a 2.
Oh.
Phil's like, 20. We're a winner. There's only one number that's going to beat us. God says hit. Phil's like, I appreciate this. I really do.
Thank you, God, but
This is life-changing money. God says, please hit. Phil hits, gets an ace. God says, I can't believe you got an ace. Wow, that was crazy.
that was good, Andrew.
that was good.
I love that joke.
That's a great one. You know what? I'm going to try to remember that joke, but I'm so bad.
No, you could do it. I would like in an hour to come back down here and see if you can retell it.
And the devil said. All right, folks, thanks for joining us. Don't forget, give us a great 5-star review. And remember, what's the word?
Simp.
Oh, yeah, simp.
Simp in that review. Yeah, and not a brain. Just
No.
a simp.
No.
Just a simp. We're only giving a baseball hat out for the simp, not the brain.
This program is a copyrighted production of Westar Multimedia Entertainment and protected by the copyright laws. Any rebroadcast or use of this program for commercial, business, economic, or financial purposes without the written permission of Westar Multimedia Entertainment is strictly prohibited.
Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Terms and conditions apply. Your mobile carrier's availability and message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Get cash for clothes at Plato's Closet in North Charleston and West Ashley. It's so easy. Recycle, earn cash, repeat. We pay cash on the spot for your trendy, gently used clothing, shoes, and accessories. At Plato's Closet, we buy all seasons, all day, every day. It's time to clean out your closet and cash in. Bring in your denim, graphic tees, athletic wear, shoes, handbags, and more. Sell your styles to Plato's Closet for cash. Then, do it again. Plato's Closet, located in West Ashley on Sam Rittenberg Boulevard and North Charleston on Rivers Avenue.